And we're live. What is this, Lady Ada?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to a show and tell. It's me, Lady Ada. With me is Mr. Lady Ada, broadcasting live from downtown Manhattan in our secret headquarters. We're going to check in with people from around the community, makers, hackers, the dreamers of dreams, the makers of things. See what they're up to, see what the news that they have to share with us. We'll be here for about 25 minutes. We also have some news from the Adafruit community members. And I'll just see what people are up to. So come on by. We're broadcasting all sorts of different thingies. And you can join up by going to, what's the able to join? It's like adafruit.com/show.
The best thing to do is go to Discord.
Discord.
Adafruit.it/Discord or discord.gg/Adafruit. We dropped the link in there, but it's on all streaming services.
Yeah.
And someone will help you out and get you in. And then every single week, we usually have some special guests. And to kick it off this week,
it's AOC. No, it's Kevin Walton.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey. Hello, what are you doing? It snowed. You got an early snow. I remember that.
Yes, we do have snow.
So Minnesota, it is now full on Ice Planet Hoth winter.
Winter time.
And that's what you're doing.
Yes, and I thought about doing show and tell outside, but I'm so angry about the snow that I decided not to.
Angry snow. All right. Well, what are you working on this week, Kevin?
So I took this video of myself on my iPhone. So
that's that little avatar thing that we thought that was a neat thing to do because you can make like digital puppets.
Yeah, so I took that and I got it working on the Matrix portal.
You did it. Oh, that's cool. This was like the missing piece for so many projects because you want to do your own custom animations. And we've had supercomputers in our pocket, otherwise known as phones. And the Apple avatar thing that they do, I don't see a lot of people using it, but I think it's a great content creation.
So I tried it with this one. You know, like the one I made for myself. It's hard to see.
Yeah, the memoji or whatever.
But it was hard, taking that and putting it down to a small bitmap for this. The colors just weren't there, and it's a little more work. So I'm going to try and tweak it, make it work. But I think the ghost looks really cool, or the skull.
It's the spookiest season, so
yeah, exactly. This is the smaller matrix that you guys have. This is the 0.3 millimeter or 3 millimeter pitch, not 0.3.
Yeah.
3 millimeter pitch, so it's a little bit smaller than this one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just playing around with that, and I thought about putting a face on a snowman outside, which I might do for next week because it sounds like our snow is not going anywhere.
Yay!
Yeah, exciting.
All right.
Well,
keep it snowy.
I also wanted to say a special thanks. We do instead of bug reports at Adafruit, we have hug reports, and they've always been virtual hugs, more so now than ever. But hug report and thank you to everyone at Digi-Key for supporting AdaBox. We're going to be doing the live AdaBox unboxing next week, and people have been getting their AdaBoxes already. There is a Digi-Key surprise. That's all we're going to say. But Digi-Key helps power and make AdaBox happen. So thank you, Kevin and team, who have been supporting AdaBox for almost since the very beginning, since it was a little tiny box. Now it's grown up. It's a big box.
It is a big box.
Yeah, and we love AdaBox at Digi-Key. And we may or may not have some special giveaways if somebody forgot to register. There's still time for AdaBox too because we're shipping the last round.
Yeah.
So
if
folks want to, you can go to adabox.com and check it out.
This might be the last day though.
Yeah.
We have only like 2 or 3 entries left.
Yeah, well, we're all excited about the next AdaBox. AdaBox 16 is going to be the one. It's going to be the good one. Everyone seems to be the good one, but
Halloween. Yeah, this one's Halloween. The next one will be holiday theme, New Year theme.
New Year.
We know a lot of people are going to be in their homes this winter, so it's a lot of projects you can do at home. That'll be AdaBox 17 shipping in December. All right, Kevin.
Yeah, well, we look forward to the unboxing next week.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Take care, and we'll see you
Send
there.
our regards to everyone at Digi-Key.
I sure will.
All right, next up. Michael, hello. Michael, president of the Hardware Association, and more. Tell us a little about yourself and what you just released today. You dropped some docs.
Man, we did. And I realized, though, what I really am missing the opportunity to do here is I was building with the Circuit Playground Express, I was building this Firefly simulations. And I really should have brought that on to be on scene on Show and Tell.
You can come back every week.
But anyway, maybe I'll come back next week. So we dropped 2 docs today. Super excited about this. And they're going to be talking about it later on Ask an Engineer, so I won't go into too much detail. But the first thing we dropped was the open source hardware weather report. This is Clarissa Redwine and myself. We put this together. Basically, it's designed to be a place to kind of capture the moment in open source hardware, make it easier for different parts of the open source hardware community to get a sense of what's going on and what could go on and what might be worth kind of working together on. There's also, at the very end of it, there's an appendix with a kind of top 11 actually, list of organizations and countries that have certified things. You may recognize one of those companies that have certified.
The US is #1 in all sorts of things in the world right now. Some of the things are terrible, but some of them are good. In certifications, 673, and a woman-owned company in New York City is the #1 entity that's certified. So I'm gonna have to look up that later.
Yeah.
Who
it was?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. No, it's a company that may be worth maybe on the move. And the second thing will actually make it even easier, because the second thing is a new API for the certification program. So it's a read-write API. On the right side, what it means is if you want to build certification into your workflow, you've got that you have all that information somewhere already, just like loop it right in. So you don't have to fill out the web form anymore. The free certification, just send it in and it'll be there and we can review it. And then on the read side, we have information about over 1,000 pieces of certified open source hardware from every continent except for Antarctica. Now it's super easy to access that information, to check it out, to build visualizations, to do research. Everything will be easier because there's an API. You can just get a key for free and just start exploring what's there in the world of certified open source hardware.
Okay, Antarctica.
Yeah,
step it up.
Right on.
I know, seriously. If you know someone in Antarctica with open source hardware, I want to talk.
We'll be able to. I think we know people who go there once in a while. But one thing we're going to do is a little counter that shows how many open hardware certifications there are. Because here's one thing: don't be like us, everybody. We manually certified 40% of the open source hardware that's certified. Now you can use an API, so that's kind of cool. I think it's super futuristic. The hardware open hardware weather report is also on GitHub. You can do pull requests, updates, and all that. So good work. I know the type of work that goes into things like this. Good work, you and your team.
Well, and everyone who took the time to talk to us for the weather report. I mean, that report only works because people took the time to say, this is what we're seeing. And so a huge thank you to many of them who are acknowledged, but not everybody who is on that list.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Come back and show your project next week.
Thank
you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's go to Noe and Pedro. Noe and Pedro, what you got going on this week?
Hey, what's up, folks? Last week we had a tombstone. This week we have another tombstone. It's a little bit different. Yeah, so I 3D printed this one, and it fits on our desk, so it's a little bit smaller than last week's. But we got some cool stuff going on. So let me turn it on. We got the on-off switch on the bottom here. There's a pretty big battery, so just turn it on. And it's got the hallowing M4. I almost said M0. in the back here, it's mounted to it. And then I got a piece of black LED acrylic. Of course, like my favorite thing to do now is to use black LED acrylic in our projects. And vinyl. So I got some vinyl on top of that to mask out this cool spooky face. And I also added some vinyl texture to like this whole front face plate. So I was trying to do something more like where it's cracked. So I figured that'd be kind of neat. Some other extra details and stuff. It snap fits, of course, because that's what I do. So I got the LEDs mounted there, and I can light up the hallowing so you can see that. So there's definitely room in there for other things, maybe a speaker or I don't know, more lights, right? So we can add more stuff to it and future things, but for now, that's what it is. So you can check it out on the Learn system. We got all the files up there. And this morning we chatted about it, where I went through sort of the process for applying vinyl and cutting up some acrylic.
It looks really finished. All the little techniques, all the little tips you have. I mean, it looks like a finished product. Not that it doesn't normally, but like especially, it's like all those little details really bring it together.
It was kind of a challenge too to get like this good of diffusion. Like without this piece here, this back frame, it looked not so good. And I talk about that in the show with pictures and all, so folks can see if they want to do a similar type of thing. There's some tips there.
Okay, cool.
We'll be playing these videos and more on Ask an Engineer.
Can't wait to see this for sale at Home Depot in 2 years.
There you go. All right, folks. Bye.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to Jeff.calculator.
Hello.
And his Jeff.calculator.
I calculate you're going to show us something good.
Right. So this guide, I believe, went live today, and it's a project I started this summer. It is a calculator. It's got some great features, like labels on the buttons. That was a great idea. But it is a calculator that works with decimal arithmetic. So the answers are the same ones you'd get if you were doing like grade school arithmetic in decimal. But there's one other exciting feature that I want to just demo here. Maybe you can guess. But if I hit Alt-0, it's going to paste the last number into my computer.
Wow.
So like when I'm calculating, like to create a 3D model, and there's just something that it's easier to calculate it over here, like the cosine of 555, I guess, is 0.96, and you just paste it in to your document, and Bob's your uncle. So anyway, this guide is something I've been working on, and it is live now, and I'm just happy to share it with everybody.
I have a prediction. I think schools normally associate like engineering with like MIT, but a lot of it turned back to like theoretical, not as hands-on. I think eventually for product design and for software development and maybe a few other things, I think one of the courseware things that we might see, even maybe online courses, will be you have to build your own calculator, because there's so many ways to do it, and math is math. And you could choose all different types of hardware, also different programming languages like CircuitPython. I think that would be a cool course. Build your own calculator, because again, you get a calculator.
Yeah, and I mean, it lets you think about stuff you don't necessarily think about in that analytical way, because really it's just you put some pieces together, but understanding the right way to put those together is where the fun lies.
Yeah, this is a cool project.
Thanks.
All right, thanks so much, Jeff.
Okay, cool. Check out the guide. It's on Learn. People want to build their own calculators.
Yeah, see you all around.
It's pretty cool. I'm liking. I'm thinking maybe we should do a little calculator.
Build your own calculator.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, thank you, Jeff.
All right, Brent, what do you got going on this week?
Hello. Let me share my screen 1 second. Cool. So last week or a few weeks ago, California was on fire, and now Colorado's on fire.
Yep.
And we have an IoT air quality monitor guide that we put live. You can see, you can mount one of these either in a room. I have a strip of 3M on it because I have it mounted on my wall, or you can mount it outside, and you can view the air quality index in real time. You can also view it weekly, and you can also view it monthly. And all the data gets sent to Adafruit.io to store it and log it and visualize it, which is really nice and useful. A lot of people have been asking for this type of guide, and we've also figured out that like this doesn't really exist as an open source product. A lot of these maps and a lot of these sensors and a lot of these pre-made options are closed source, and the API like is closed source. And if you have one of these and it's by a company that goes out of business, like this is something that's a very essential type of sensor.
Yeah.
And then this is a version done by Noe and Pedro, and we'll have this up when they're ready to start modeling it. And this uses a different sensor. We have one that communicates over UART in the Adafruit store, and then this one communicates over I2C. And it's a way nicer enclosure, beautifully designed. It has a BME 280 as well, so you can do the humidity and temperature.
Right on.
And then we're continuing showing stuff. Here's a tree I saw on my walk today. The weather is really like bright out. Like, look at these colors. Like the weather is really hot out, and this tree is like, oh, it's 60 degrees, but it's not. It's like 75. Okay, so the other thing I want to show is every week on Wednesdays, new guides are published to the Adafruit Learning System. And I have a matrix portal showing even a guide about a matrix portal, the count of guides, and then the new guides as they're scrolling down. So you can actually see like the top hit says it goes through the website, and there's a public API for all the guides. And we'll show that on how to get it, how to parse it, and then how to fetch it without using the microcontroller's internal clock. We'll do it through Adafruit.io, so you can pull the network time.
Yeah, for folks who've been kind of following, one of our big struggles over the years was like, how do we make it so easy to do Internet of Things stuff, where you just point it out a URL, essentially, you tell it what data you want it to display, and you use a language like Python, which is really good at this, and we got it. We did it. We got it. So you can do this, something like this really easily. Matter of minutes now.
89 lines of code.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And it does all the SSL for you and everything. It's so cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brent.
All right. Thank you, Brent.
Okay, we're going to keep moving along because we're going to get to everybody tonight. Next up, we are going to go to Collin. Collin, what do you got going on?
Hey, plenty going on. So many things going on that it's really calming and relaxing to focus on something small, as you probably know, because we love electronics. If I switch over to my handheld camera, I will show you that I got a video microscope, and it is as much fun as it looks like. And this, I got, a little e-ink featherwing here, and e-ink is a fun thing to investigate. Pardon me, Philip, what did you say?
Collin Cam. I feel like I'm Collin. I've downloaded in the Collin. Hey.
Oh.
Like the movie Inner Space, like you swallowed a pill.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right. That's for next episode. But anyway, if I switch to the feed and stop making you nauseous with this shaky cam,
now we are in the microscope. This is cool.
Now you now are on the surface of the ink display. If I maybe get you a little more brightness, I think my converter box is a little funny here, but yeah, you can actually start to see the the grain of the capsules, the pigment, the bushels of pigment, and I could artificially zoom in.
Yeah, you can actually tell
a bit.
This is cool.
And then if it probably needs a little touch of focus, it looks much different for you guys than it does from what I see on the display.
Yeah.
But if I go and then I trigger a refresh, then they'll let the chaos begin. Here, where's this? Do. Gonna do it quick. Gonna pull the plug because that's the easiest way, and then plug it back in. Yeah. Then you'll see them.
Yeah.
The total flip out. Yeah.
Can you put the color e-ink under there? Because let's look at some colors.
That was what I was gonna follow up with. So let's actually I won't be able to refresh the color e-ink.
Yeah, this makes it forever.
Yeah.
I can because we don't have enough time. Was that the joke here?
Oh, look at that! You can see the individual little cells.
Now, it's divided up, right? It's like in the little buckets of different pigments, I guess. That's from what I understand about the composition. It's so much different from the monochrome that I'm kind of like, wait, am I sure? Oh. But if you get really close up, you can even see little pieces of pigment stuck in between the dividers, which is pretty cool too. Yeah. And you can see dust on the surface.
All right. Thank you so much, Collin. And everyone should watch Collin's videos. He's doing an e-ink series. Keep an eye on that.
We got one starter, little basic out, and another one to come, covering some refresh processes. Good stuff.
Thank you so much, Collin.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to Liz, and we're right on target right now. We can still get to 3 more people after Liz. Hello. What are you up to?
Hello. First, this is my cat, Winnie. She decided to join us today.
Hey, Winnie.
Put her back into her sleeping position. Yes. But let me just share my screen really quick. Winnie has left us. She's mad at me. So this is Frank. And Frank's been evolving. And this past week, he got some NeoPixels installed, along with some Cap Touch using Cutie Pie. So you can scroll through the colors using Cap Touch on his bolts. And if you find a color you really like and you go past it, you go back and do it that way.
Yay.
Yeah. And inside got
that's cool.
Yeah. So it's Cutie Pie on a quarter perma proto, long day. And hot glue holding in the NeoPixels and the Cap Touch things. So yeah.
That's cool. On our Instagram, we were walking by a retail store that's open. And there was this neat acrylic that it's the acrylic that when it reflects on itself, you can see it into infinity.
Yes.
Maybe you might want to find some of that and put inside of Frank's head. So when you look inside, it looks like it goes on forever or something like that.
I was thinking that when I was putting it together. I was like, this is very
infinity.
Yeah. It looks like one of those infinity boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And Learn Guide coming for this. I'm just editing photos right now of the assembly.
All right. Thank you so much, Liz. And thank you, Frank. And thank you, Winnie.
Yes. She says meow.
Cat in the background. Yeah. On your.
That's Harry, actually.
Oh, well. How can you tell them apart? That's wrong.
Different sizes. But
okay. One's bigger.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, Liz.
All right.
Good one.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to Carrie. Hello, Carrie. How are you? What you got going on?
Hello. I'm good. So I wanted to make a little something for everybody who's voting and to try to make voting like a little bit more fun. And so I did these little Blinky badges. They last longer than a sticker, many days. Yeah. So I have, it's all documented up on Hackaday. And if you want to, you can buy them off of my Tindy storefront, or you can make them yourself. But so we got solder them yourself kits, both in Spanish and in English. And then the other one, the smaller one, is already pre-assembled if you want instant gratification, although the files are all on, are up on Hackaday, and the boards are shared with Osh Park. So if you wanted to just, order them yourself and make them yourself, you can do that too.
Right on. Can you, you're in Discord, so put the link so folks can check them out. And
will do.
Thank you for sharing it on Hackaday.
That was a great time to
and having it available on Osh Park. Yeah, we have enough time right now, everybody, to make this. I also think like we did a little voting project. It was like I vote, and then it'll say I voted after you vote. I think it's a good idea to like make something that you're going to remember 2020 for all sorts of reasons, good and bad. But having a little memento and building something like this is kind of cool. So
yeah, totally, and it helps get the vote out, spread the word about voting. Hopefully, encourage some people to vote.
Yeah, maybe this will be a movement instead of just a moment for more people voting.
Yes.
We'll see. All right, thanks, Harry.
Cool, thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Carrie.
All right, we got 2 more folks left. We'll be able to get to both people. Let's go to
Targett.
And then we'll go to Michael. Take it away.
Hey guys, you hear me?
Yep.
I was on a few weeks back talking about a bunch of boards I developed with the radio, but my latest and greatest and most proud, I've made this clipboard for the ESP32F2s so that you can kind of remove the modules, place a new module in. And while I had those last time I was on, the one thing I didn't have, if I share my screen, can I do it?
You can do it.
No, I can't.
No,
but
nah. We can imagine what it's like. It's probably a box screen, has some icons on it.
Yeah, the exciting thing I was going to show was the Adafruit CircuitPython S3 bucket because I've just got my my CircuitPython board defs on the latest round. So
and when if and when you need a VID PID, we can hook you up with that.
I've been through that process. Scott's been really helpful.
Yeah,
Scott's super helpful. Yeah, that's one of the things that we wanted to do, is have a big community of boards for people can grow businesses, make things they want. And also the VID PID thing is a huge barrier for hobbyists. So that's something we thought we could help out with.
The thing with the VID PID is I had to go and get myself 2 because, of course, on this I can fit the room and the rover.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that'll be great for people who need to program, chips, and then they solder them, or
that's the idea. It was
all right. Well, keep coming back.
Making projects from there.
Keep coming back and sharing stuff. And thanks for being part of the CircuitPython adventure.
Cool. Next mission's my my big Christmas project, so I'll be back in a month or so.
All right. See you soon. All right. Last up, Michael.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you guys?
Good.
So I'm working on a really crazy project. This isn't even close to being done. But this is kind of just like a progress report and kind of just like what my idea is. So I'm trying to make a satellite phone using a Feather STM32, which is the one with the Stemma QT and USB-C, and then the Rock Block modem in there too. And it's gonna be using a solar panel on the back and batteries. So it's like, if something were to happen, or like if I'm going somewhere, like once COVID is over, that doesn't have great cell coverage, then I would be able to text. So far, I would demo me texting, but I'm inside my dorm room and the walls are concrete, and I live in Minnesota, and there's like 3 inches of snow outside, so it's cold.
No, we believe you. We don't even use your credits.
This is all good, and you know what? if you would have said last year, I'm building a satellite phone just in case, I'd be like, just in case what? Now it's like, I should build a satellite phone because all the things that have happened are happening. So this is a really good idea.
So I'm able to text to it, not the other way around yet. I'm using Twilio as like the backend server stuff. And they have like a flowchart system and then functions, which I'm able to convert a string of text that I can text to their servers. And then that converts to hex, which the Rockblock servers need, which is really cool. Also, I was the one last week that asked about the keyboard because I need a physical keyboard for it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I look forward to your new carrier that you're going to launch, T Michael, and you can merge with Sprint later.
It's a cool project.
Yeah, right on. So this is cool for the folks that like I was in the beginning of the show. I said a neat product design course would be design a calculator.
Yeah.
I think the next course after that would be
design your own
phone, because you can now, and a lot of hobbyists do, but it seems like there's a lot of theory that students are taught, but then when they're done, wouldn't it be neat? You start off, you get a calculator, then later on you get a phone, and eventually you'd have like a lot of the things. You'd maybe work yourself up to a Linux tablet or something that you built yourself. So this is really cool to see.
Yeah, and I do need to reprint it. So I'm using my school's 3D printers and stuff and designing it. But I need to have it so the patch antenna is exposed, so then it will have better connection. So.
All right. Yeah. Right on. If you ever need, when you're ready to like document it or like do a test or something with it, you can email me PT@Adafruit, and we can text each other or something like that. It helps.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, Michael, take care.
Okay.
We got through everyone.
Yay.
I knew we'd be able to do it. All right, everybody. That's Show and Tell this week. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're here every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We've been doing Show and Tell for like a decade. We'll just keep doing it all the way to the end of time. We'll see everybody next week, and we'll see you on Ask an Engineer in like 2 and 2.
Bye, everybody.
2 and 2. Yeah. Bye.
See you next week. And in 2 minutes.